Hi there, this is Tanya at Hummingbird Paintery. I'm coming to you today to show you an angel, or actually a little girl, not an angel, that I showed you yesterday. This is her. She's made out of clay pots, and I'm going to make a smaller version today on the video, so hopefully we'll get some people here. I'm going to go ahead and tell you everything that you're going to need. You're going to need 2 clay pots that are the same size. Right here. Hey, Manny. Hola. You're going to need a ball. This one has a flat surface on the bottom, so it'll easily sit on the top of this. This one is a little bit bigger than 2 inches, and the one that I used that is larger is a 3-inch ball. You're going to use a sock. This is a woman's sock. It does look like a child's, though, to me. I cut it to use for her sleeves. You're also going to need some lace. I just picked this lace. You're going to need some wire. This is a 55 gauge. You can use whatever type you need. This is kind of hard, so it'll go on the top right here inside, so it'll make her arms. There's a hole that's naturally in the top, or actually the bottom of the pot. You'll also need this for her cheeks. You'll need some black paint. Hey there, Janet. Thank you for coming. Jason, thank you. This is some peach color for her eyes, for her face, and some white for her eyes as well with the black. You'll need 2 little bitty balls. I don't know if these are like 20 millimeter. I'm not really sure. They have little hole going all the way through it. You're going to need part of this mop. I just took it apart so I would have this for her hair. And let's see, you need some ribbon for her hair. And this is what I cut out. You could use a heart if you wanted to, if you have this, but this is for her shoes. So we'll be painting that black. So the first thing that we want to do is color her dress, which is going to be both of the pots. The top portion, you're going to paint the entire thing, whatever color you would like. I am using this color right here because it matches the socks that I have, which is going to be for her sleeves. So let me get the paint out of the way so we can paint that and it can be drying while we do the face. So you need a brush, and this may need 2 coats. And I just put my hand on the inside of it and start painting. It's very easy to take the paint. I have skipped a couple of steps. I'll just show you the finished product and what to do as far as the arms go and how to cut the sock. I like the color too. I should have done it for my other one because I thought it had a different shade of blue in it, and I was using that darker kind of royal blue, even though that's not the name of it. Hopefully we will be able to not have to do 2 coats. How's everybody's day? Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Steven. My son is on here watching me. Okay. So we got one on here. And for the other one, you are going to use this for the bottom portion. You're going to put the color on the rim. And the rest will be her legs. She'll kind of have baby doll legs. Hopefully everybody's having a good day today. It's kind of cloudy here in Memphis. And I've got the light on above me. Hopefully you can see me well. We're just going to do the rim here. By the time I get finished with doing the rim, then we'll go and try to do another layer around the other one. So let's see here. All right, we're going to leave that like it is. And we're going to go back to the one that is almost dry and do a light coat on here. This shouldn't take very long for the second coat. And we'll do one little area up here at the rim of this one. This is going to be her dress. All right. So we're going to go back over this one, and these will be drying, and we'll show you how to do the face. All right, we're going to let that dry a minute, and then we'll come back and do her legs. And I've got the ball here. Hey, Amber, thank you for coming. I'm going to put some peach color on my palette here so I can use that for the face. You don't have to do the back portion. Only half of the ball needs to be painted, because we're going to put the hair on the other half and you won't be able to see that. You're going to paint the whole half of this. And this will also need to dry. In between, and it probably will need a second coat as well. If you go a little bit more than half, then that's fine. What have y'all been doing today? Has anybody had plans today? Some people may have gone to church. Stephen, did you have to work today? Hey, Rhonda Ball, thank you for coming. All right, we're going to let this dry right now. So I'm going to set this down. I'm going to put that in there. We're going to go ahead and get the lace ready for the bottom of her dress. That way we can let this other stuff dry. And I do have my needle already threaded with my thread here. You're going to need this and also the threaded needle. We're going to do the running stitch again so we can put it for the bottom lace of her dress just to make it cuter. Also, we have one that's for her collar. And I've already done that one just so we didn't have to wait. You do the same thing for the bottom as you do for the top. Yeah, I know it's hot in Texas. How hot is it? Is it like 100 yet, or is it still in the 90s? Here this week, I think it's supposed to be 80-something degrees. You be careful out in the sun, Stephen. All right, so you do your running stitch and you go through here. Manny's on here from Manny's Paper Fun. So y'all have to go and watch him when he does something. He's got some great paper things. He lives in Texas as well. In Plano, Texas. Yep. Yeah, Manny. Stephen Mansfield is my son. Hey, Sarah. Thank you for coming on and watching. We're doing a running stitch for the bottom of the dress that we're going to put for the little girl. Trying to do this as quickly as possible, but letting the paint dry a little bit. So I'll have that ready when I get ready for that. Yeah, Stephen lives in Victoria. What are the kids doing today? And Devin, what is Devin doing today? Does she have to work? Hopefully y'all caught the witch yesterday that I made out of the ornament. If you didn't, you'll have to go back and watch it. You have to be careful not to get this all caught up in itself. All right. We're almost to the end. Ah, here we go, see? All right. Connie, thank you for coming. Connie Bradshaw. Paula Kemp, thank you for coming. All right, so we're at the end, and we're just going to set this aside for a second because this will be later after we get finished doing the painting of her legs and everything. We don't want to get paint on it, so I'm going to set this aside. We're going to leave it just like this. I also went ahead and did her collar, and I went ahead and put it on there. That way when we get finished, we will be able to... I'm going to put some more paint on here. We're going to paint her legs, and then we'll go back and paint her face. You're just going to use the cream color or kind of peachy color for this. And it probably will also need 2 layers of paint just because it kind of soaks into the clay. Hopefully you'll give this a try. You can get these pots at Walmart. And they're not very expensive. This is a small one. You can find the 2-inch balls at Hobby Lobby. They're in the wood pile section, and they're about a couple of dollars for the 1 2-inch ball. The one that I used for the 3-inch, I had to order that on Amazon, and it is more expensive. It's kind of ridiculous, the cost of the 3-inch ball. So you may not want to do a bigger one. But this little one is very cute to set on a shelf or to just put on your table. All right, so we've got that finished. That's her legs and the bottom portion of her dress. And then we may have to paint just a little bit, but I'm just going to use what's left over on my brush. That way it'll be easy to finish up here. All right, before we do her face, we're going to go ahead and put the, hey Elaine, thank you for coming. We're going to take some smaller portions of this that I had left over. We are going to put it on the back, and we're going to do it in a circle. Hey Pat, thank you for coming. So we'll just put a little bit of the hot glue on the back here. We're going to take this and put it in the center. Be very careful not to burn yourself. we're going to start a circle right here, and then we're going to press that in. That way it looks kind of like a bun, but that just keeps you from having to put too many layers of material, or not material, but this mop pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of hot glue right here, and then we're going to just keep wrapping it around until we finish this piece. Usually you won't need 2 pieces. Trying to find the small pieces. I've got to have 2 pieces here. You're only going to need 2 smaller pieces. You just want to finish it. And I'm just going to finish right here where I had stopped. And we're just going to go around. We need a little bit more glue to hold it down. All right, now you see there's a little bit of space in between here and the back here that I've finished. This is just the finished portion of the back, but you're going to use these other ones that are the longer ones. It's just how it comes when you undo it. You do not, you'll need 6 pieces of this, at least that's what I chose to make the hair, and you're going to need 6 long pieces the way it comes off the mop. So you're going to get all 6 of these and put them together. I had an extra small piece. And they're going to look just like this, because I'm going to take 3 of the 2, so 2s, and then we're going to braid them here in a minute. But what you're going to do is take a little bit of the glue gun here, a little bit of glue, and you're just gonna take one of these and you're gonna do it right in the middle, right here, and this way it'll start your hair. And you're just gonna go back. I'm gonna do 1 layer in the front again. I don't think I put it too far in front like I needed to. But you're going to end up cutting part of this off, so it doesn't matter if it's exactly. But that way it'll look a little better so you can see the hair. And then you're going to keep going. You're going to have about 3 layers where the leftover piece is connected here. We'll add a little bit more glue once we get this portion on. So her hair is coming together here. It doesn't matter if one's just a little bit too long, because we're going to cut part of it off anyway to make it even. We're going to keep going. And we're going to glue that. Try not to glue gun yourself. Woo, that's hot. You're going to end up going just slightly over the little bun area that's in the back. And that's okay. And we have 1 more. So this is what it's going to look like in the back. But once you get it fixed, it'll be straighter here. But you just want it to be real cute. Just like this. So we're going to go ahead and paint the face. I'm going to get my brushes ready. I'm going to get some black paint for the eyes. And I'm going to have to poke a hole in the top of this so I can start it again. And you're going to get a little bit of white as well. And put it on your plate. And I just use kind of a small brush or small tip brush And you're going to make 2 circles. They're going to be oblong circles, so kind of an oval shape, just however you want your eye. And I'll show you as soon as I'm finished because it's kind of hard to go towards the camera. But you're going to do one eye, so it kind of looks funny right now as a cyclops. And then you're going to do the other one. And if you make one slightly bigger, then just make the other one to match it. Always I do my eyes an oval, kind of oblong. And this is her eyes. And I'll look at it and see exactly what I want to do. And then you're going to make some eyebrows for her. You're going to do a little bit, just a little, right there for some eyebrows to give her a little character. And let me see if I can find my really tiny paintbrush, because you're going to need to do the eyelashes. And this is the harder part. Make sure you get all of your water out. You need fairly thin. You're going to take it and go from the edge, and you're just going to flick it out just like that. And you're going to do that however many times that you want. And then we're going to do the other side. And that way she's got pretty little lashes. Thank you, Manny. I appreciate that. Hopefully everybody can do this. It's very simple. You're going to need some brown as well. I forgot to say that earlier. I like that for the nose because it's not as harsh as the black, but you can use the black if you would like. I'm going to put a little dollop of the brown on here. Make sure you get the black off. But it just looks better for the nose. So we're just going to make a little half circle to give her a little nose. And then we're going to paint her a little mouth. You may have to go back over this if you didn't have enough paint on there to begin with. And then it looks like that right there. She kind of has a little side smirk. You can put a couple of little lashes up at the top. Like that. And then you're going to use your blush. Just like I told you, this is a lot easier than trying to paint on cheeks. So I take this and I put my finger in there. And then we're going to put it right where we want our little blush cheeks. And we're just going to roll a circle. This is the simpler way. I also want to put a little bit on the top over here, a little bit underneath, just to give her some character so she doesn't look all pale. Then we're going to make her eyes. They should have dried by now. You need a small brush, just like you were using when you did the lashes. You're going to take some of your white and you're going to get it on your brush pretty good. You're going to go at the bottom of your circle or your oval. It looks kind of terrible right now, but it's not going to. All right. Because we're going to fix it with the black, but you want the bottom portion of the eye to be just like that on both sides. You'll have to go really slow. And it's still not completely dry where the black is, so that's the reason why I'm having a little hard time here. But it's kind of going to look like this. You can also use the color that you had for her dress and use it for her eyes, but we're going to let those sit for a second. I'm going to show you how to do the arms. You're going to take a piece of this wire. What I did was just put both of the two, let me see here. This should be dry. It's dry. Thank goodness. Okay, so this is going to be your dress, and this is going to be her legs right here. So I'm going to be hooking this into the top here and letting this hang over. You want it to be a little bit long for now because you're going to put the ball on the end of it. And where's my ball? Okay. So when you put this on the end of it, woo, hello. It's going to be just like this. I had to take the tweezers over here and I twisted the end of this so it would not come out. So that way it would be caught on here. See, this will move. We're going to end up putting a little bit of glue on the end of it. But I went ahead and did that. You're going to take the sock, and this you can use for your cuff. I had used it for the other one, so I did not use it for my second one that was smaller. I ended up doing the running stitch just like I did for the lace and made it a little bit tighter around here, but we can glue that down so you don't have anything. You can leave this the color that it is. It's kind of a peachy color anyway, or you can leave it the way it is. The same thing for the little girl's face. You can leave it a regular color of the ball because it kind of looks like skin tone anyway. But this way, you're going to put this piece of material on here. Once you go right through here, you're going to cut to wherever you want your arm to be. You're going to have to sew this up. Keep the ends open. This will be where your hand goes through with the ball. This is your hand. And the wire will go on the rest of it. You're not going to see the top portion because you're going to put the lace that we already had fixed on top of it, so it'll cover everything up. So I got these finished, and see how this is open up here? You just leave it like this. It's just a long tube that you put across here. So what I did was, we're going to leave it just like this right here, and that's one of the arms. And you're just going to end up gluing this down, but this will not come out because it's in here pretty good. You've got it leaning over the side. But we're going to glue down first the arms and the legs, so make sure you put the right one. It doesn't matter which one's on top or bottom at this point. You just got to make sure that you put that on top. I'm going to need some glue. All right, hold on. I have glue over here. All right, you're going to put some glue on the top right here so you can put these two together. Put a fairly generous amount. That way it doesn't come undone. And you're going to put these two together as good as you can. It doesn't matter about that. You're going to be covering up with the lace. Hey, Beth Hurley, thank you for coming. Elaine, Connie, Manny. All right, so we're going to set this down. We're going to put the arm here. And where's my other arm? Lord have mercy. Oh my goodness. What did I do with it? It came out. Okay, I don't know what happened to my other arm. There it is. Okay. So it came out. So I'm going to end up putting this back in here and putting the ball all the way to the end. You want to shove it just a little bit at the end. And I'm going to put a little bit dab of the glue right here. That way this will glue on top of here and it will not move once you put it on. So we're going to put this right here. And let me put a little bit of glue on this one. You can pull them in and out. We just want it to be able to be on there. And this is going to be what it looks like now. And then we're going to glue this down up at the top. That way they don't move. You can bend these once you get them on here. You can hold something like my other one was. But first we want to glue this down. So we're just going to lay it flat like this so we can put our lace on top of it. So just put a little bit of glue right here. Just be careful not to glue your fingers. I'm going to put it across here, and we're going to glue this down. This one wants to do what it wants to, doesn't it? There we go. See, they can bend. We want it flat. That way we can put her head on. You do not have to put any lace there, but I just thought it was cuter so you wouldn't see the top of that. You won't see it with the face on there. Once you put her face on, if you kind of put it up to the front, you're not going to be able to see, but I just thought it was cuter to put the lace on for her, the top of her dress. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here, just so this lays down a little bit better. And we'll give this a little bit more time to dry. You are going to take 2, 4, 6, and you're just going to braid it like you would a little girl's hair. And we're going to do it like this. You can do it as light or as tight as you would like. You're going to get it down to where you want it, which is right here for me. You're going to leave it for a second. You're going to get this. I got some ribbon at Hobby Lobby for 49 cents. This was on clearance. And I am going to cut a piece off and show you how to do this. I do have a head already finished to put on this. But I want to show you how to do this portion and finish her eyes so you'll be able to see. But I just tied it in a bow. And see, I told you that it was going to be kind of yucky at the bottom. And that's the way it is. So what I did was unthread these. So you've got 4 pieces for each piece. That way they look like this. Right here when you untangle them. Or unravel, whatever you want to call it. Once you get all of these untangled or unwoven here, then you can cut it. I'm going to go ahead and cut this so you can see that it's going to be even over here when I get finished with it. That way it doesn't look so silly, but you'll undo all of them. I cut part of mine that I'd already unraveled, but you're going to take the other side and do it as well. That way you've got 3 pieces, but they're actually 6 pieces. And then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to see where her bow is. You want to make sure that you have the same side of the bow. It's about even. Don't want one bow higher than the other. I know I'm doing it backwards, but you can see the back of her head this way. And you can put longer pieces of material on there or whatever you use for your hair. I just happen to use this. You can use yarn if you want to use yarn. And do the same thing. This was just a little thicker and a little easier to work with. Then I'm going to cut this. We'll unravel that a different time. I want you to see that her little hair is the same on both sides. This is her body. And let me show you what it looks like with a little bit of blue for her eyes. You're going to go right above the white, even a little bit on the white. And you're going to add her some color for her eyes. Then you're going to get that color off of there. And it's dry now, so we can use the white. You can fix the white that you had. Since I didn't wait long enough in between steps, I'll fix it a little bit. You get a little bit of paint on your brush, and you're just going to put a dot right here and a dot right here, a dot right here and a dot right here. And that way she has more of a personality. You can also put a couple of dots on her cheek, or 3. And that gives her a little bit of personality as well by putting the little dots on there. And I'll set that aside. We are going to put this collar that we finished, or I finished. We're going to glue that on the top. That way it'll be wrapped around here. And then you're going to put your head on top. So we're going to put the glue kind of in a circle here. And we're going to put this wrapped around here. And I put a little bit more on the inside there so it would stay. But this is what the top of her dress looks like. We are going to take the lace that we had finished a while ago and set it aside. We are going to take it. We're going to end up gluing it. So what I want to do is just finish this in a knot right here at the end. Just like this. And we're going to cut it off. That way we don't have to worry about that. And it's kind of ruffled anyway. But we don't know how much we're going to need. We may end up cutting it off. But you want to put it wrapped around here. Just like this. So it's going to cover up where this is attached. And you will not see this once it lays down. But you're going to glue it to the bottom of your dress here. And we're going to look at the front of this. We want to see where the eyes are going to be in the face. So make sure you have your front all ready. I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here on the front. You're going to take the center of your piece of ribbon and you're going to put it kind of right there. That way you're going to have a regular piece of ribbon in the front. And then you're going to just keep going all the way around until you get to the back where you're going to attach it together in the back. You may or may not have extra ribbon here. I tried to do it as good as I could so we wouldn't have any leftovers or pieces left. So if you want to, you can kind of gather this as you go, even though it's a little bit gathered already. We're going to do each side. Sorry about the light, guys. We're going to glue this just like this. We're going to go up underneath the hand there. That way this kind of sits just like that for the bottom of her dress. We're going to keep going around with the hot glue gun right here in the same rough area. We're just going to go a little bit of area at a time. And we're going to end up right there. We may end up having to cut part of it off to make it look even. Hey, Shelly Slade, thank you for coming and watching. We're going to finish this portion up. And we do have some left over here. I need one more little bitty bit. And it's okay for the back. You're not going to be able to see very much, but because I have a little bit left over here, we're just going to cut that portion off. And we're going to glue one more little dot right there so we can make sure that we glue the end of it and it doesn't come unraveled or anything. So that is the end of it. And this is what it looks like all the way around. Now to make her legs be two different legs, we're going to take the paint brush. You need a flat brush just like this one. You can use whatever size you want. You do need it a little bit wet. You're going to put a little bit of paint on the edge of your brush. You're going to flip this up so you don't get her dress in here. You're going to get in the middle and you're going to just take this and you're going to go down to make one line all the way down, just like this. You may need to go over it a couple of times. And if you mess up, that's okay. See, it makes a line there. And I made some little knees on the other little girl. So she has little baby doll legs. This one I finished. I had a little bit, I unraveled some material here to put on for the front of her face. This one has a little bit bluer eyes. And so I finished this one and I unraveled the bottom of it some so it would look more like Ellie Mae Clampett. But this is the finished one that I have. This ball is from Hobby Lobby and it's actually a little bit taller. It's about 2 inches. We're going to put this on top here. We're just going to lay it on top. So you're going to put this around with some glue, hot glue on there, and then you're going to put your head on top. Let me make sure I'm putting it the wrong way. Before you put it down, make sure you know which is the front and which is the back. So you don't have her backwards. Otherwise, you're going to have to redo it. So this is what the doll looks like, or the little girl. And this is my other piece. This is for the bottom. I just used a piece of wood that I had out there, a little scrap piece, and you're going to use your black paint to make her some little black patent leather shoes. I did not do the bottom because you're not going to be able to see that. So you don't have to waste your paint on the bottom portion. You want to make sure you get the front for sure. And she's going to be standing on the rest of it, so you don't even have to do the whole top of it. But you want to get all the way around on the sides because you want it to look like a shoe. So make sure you get all the sides. In the back, I just, instead of using a heart, like I said you could use, like I'll leave a little bit of space here just because I have my finger on there to hold this. So let me get the hot heater gun and try to dry this a little bit so I can put this on top of it. This is hot. It doesn't sound like it's very strong, but it's a good thing it's not, because it'd probably burn my hand. Okay. So it's dry. And then what you're going to do is just set it down right here, and you're going to put this little girl on top of it. That way it looks like she's got little shoes on. So we're going to put glue on top of this. And I want to turn it around so I can see exactly where I want to put this. You're just going to set it on top. You kind of want the middle there where the middle of her legs are, and you're going to hold it for a second. I actually need to get a little more glue on there. It's starting to stick, but it's not quite good enough. And you really could do the bottom here where it's going to be sitting. That way you know you've got it instead of trying to put it on there. You can put it on the bottom here, that way you'll know exactly where it's going to be, like it's trying to set up already. All right. So there's her shoes. And you can put whatever you would like. If you want to bend your arms to the front, then you can. Just hold on to everything and bend it each way, holding it just so you don't pull it out. And then I put a little sign in there. You can put it in here. Nah, okay. All right. Make sure. All right. I got these at the Dollar Tree, and I used a white brush and I painted this on here. So please paint the page if you enjoyed this. If you would like to see other things that are similar to this, then please SHARE, just like she tells you to do. If you want it to be on there forever, then you can glue it on there, but I don't want to do that right now. It really sits in the big one's arms a little bit better. And I bent these so they're towards the front, but I didn't pull it all the way. So you can do that, or you can have them to the side. Thank you, Rhonda. I appreciate it. Beth, thank you. Emily Spencer, thank you for coming and watching as well. So hopefully you like this. If you do, then please watch my page. I will make some other cute things just like this. This is it without the little sign. Let's see here. You can put a bow here. You can put a bow in her hair to match these down here. You can do whatever you would like. You can have regular hair and unbraid all of these and make it fluffy hair instead of this. I just thought it was cute with the little pigtails here. But let's see. Ellie Mae is precious. Thank you. I appreciate that. Manny, thank you so much. I've got your box ready to go, Manny. And Miss Pat as well. Not sure if Miss Pat's still on here or not. Hopefully you like this. If you like this, then I will try to do some other things out of the pots to see if we can make other things besides the little girl. Like a witch or a scarecrow, something like that. Here's the other little girl right here that I finished, her face, so I could make another little girl if I want to. I did get these pots at Walmart. I was originally going to make a turtle out of it, and I decided to do this little girl instead. But hopefully you get these things. Hey, Pat, thank you. I've got your box already, and I'll hopefully send it out tomorrow when I can go to the post office on the way home. Hey, Paula, Connie. I appreciate y'all for coming. and I hope you enjoyed this. Y'all have a great afternoon, and I will see you hopefully sometime this week. Thank you so much.